Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Alright guys, we get some breaking news. In light of all these events that are happening this week, Google just put their hat in. And on October 29th, we will be getting the next Nexus announcement. So this is pretty big. Definitely curious to see what's going to happen at this event. Are we going to see one Nexus device? Are we going to see three Nexus devices? Are we going to see five Nexus devices? These have all been the rumors that we've been hearing, but nothing yet confirmed. Now, we pretty much are set that there will be an LG Nexus. However, honestly, if this is the only one, that will be really quite disappointing. Simply because from what we've seen of this device, the fact that it doesn't have LTE, that's kind of a downside. It's kind of like, well, why doesn't it have LTE? Now, I could see their point of, being able to keep it more of the whole idea behind this new Nexus development has been that Google will sell the devices themselves. Now this is important. The reason why this is a really good move for Google and kind of like a screw you to the carriers is that it's going to bring updates a lot quicker. Google was really upset with Verizon when they basically delayed their Galaxy Nexus from getting updates forever. And I was one of those customers that was very upset too. I mean, Jelly Bean Android 4.1 barely came out of the Nexus like a couple of weeks ago, whereas every other Galaxy Nexus got it at least 3 months ago to, if not 6 months ago. So it was a big deal. It was kind of, or well, not 6 months ago, but it was a little while back. But it was kind of a big deal. It was like, why do I not have these updates yet? I got this phone so that I can get updates quicker than everyone else, and it was just a big disappointment. And Google's trying to get rid of that because they don't want a negative experience. So this is what's really nice about it. It's kind of like Google's taken into their own hands now, and just going to be a huge difference, I feel like. Also, another rumor is there was the whole rumor that there would be five Nexus phones for a while, and there was also a rumor that there would be three. So the one that we know now is the LG. So the LG Nexus 4, as it's being called, is supposed to be a definite. Now, another phone that's supposed to be is the Sony Nexus X, if I remember that was the code name, which has looked pretty cool. It looks similar to the other Sony phones. But again, just kind of like what specs does it have and everything like that is going to be the deciding factor of how good it can be. And then lastly, of course, the one that everyone expected was a Nexus 2. Now, this is kind of like I think what will make or break this event. A Nexus 2 from Galaxy Nexus 2 rather, from Samsung, I think would be a huge announcement, and it would solidify Samsung to dominating the holidays. The iPhone 5 sales have been lackluster compared to what Apple expected their sales to go on, and it even reflects in their stock. Apple stock has not recovered since the iPhone 5 came out and has been underwhelming. Now, for those of you who are like, oh, well, Apple, has like 5 million sales opening week. The Galaxy S3 had 9 million. It was nothing big. It was actually really, Apple needs this next event that they're holding, the iPad mini, to bring them back up because so far they've only been going down since the iPhone 5 announcement, which their stock went up a little bit in comparison to what it's been since there was an announcement of an announcement. So it's kind of, we'll see how that goes. But if Samsung is able to have the Galaxy S3, the Note 2, and a Nexus 2, I mean, it's just they're going to own the holiday season. Now, of course, that might not be wise at the same time, so what if we don't see a Galaxy Nexus 2? Maybe Samsung is more thinking along the lines of, well, we have the S3 already, and we have the Note, that is enough. And it could be, it definitely could be, especially with their new Galaxy S2s dominating the prepaid market, as long as, of course, all the court systems don't kind of mess that up, because a lot of the court systems with the U.S. court and the ITC right now are debating on the older phones, such as the Galaxy S2, as well as just the older phones are the ones that are called into question, not the newer phones. And I want to always clarify that the newer phones aren't really called into question, just the older ones. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. But it's that I think will make or break this announcement, how big it is. Because if it's just an LG, it'll kind of be like, oh, that's kind of cool. But again, LG just doesn't have that kind of backing to make it a huge announcement. Sony, again, would be like an underdog, but these are the two underdogs in the Android realm right now. Now, again, that could be actually good because, maybe Google's trying to give an equal opportunity for every carrier, for every manufacturer to have a Nexus. It was HTC, then Samsung, so maybe they just wanted to give another one a try. However, these are the companies, HTC and Samsung, that really developed a lot, and we just haven't seen the same from LG and Sony. And I think that's a huge difference in terms of how these companies have helped out Android and helped out Google. And that is that Samsung's put a lot of strides into hardware, and so has HTC. I mean, they started this whole thing. So I mean, I really feel that they are more deserving of a Nexus in comparison to LG and Sony, which haven't really invested a lot. LG has not invested that much. Their new Optimus G is a great investment, but it's more of an investment from Qualcomm in terms of very, very extremely well done processors. Instead of them, I mean, their interface isn't anything special. It's just we haven't seen anything amazing come from LG or Sony. So I'm really interested to see this event. I definitely will be watching it. I might be doing a live hangout if I get the chance. I do work besides the channel, so I don't know if I'll have the ability to, but I'm definitely going to try for you guys. And of course, the live hangout will be here, so on Ask the Android Guy 2.0. So yeah, guys, definitely wanted to let you know about that, and it's pretty interesting to see. And the last thing, of course, is will we see Android 4.2? Now, this has been a major announcement. Oops, that was my ring. That was my phone. Let me sound that. If you have never seen how it should have ended, you should see that, and you'll know that ringer. Um, but yeah, it's really interesting to see how all these are developing. And so the Keyline Pi, as 4.2 is expected to be called, would be a really interesting development. And I think, to be honest, that if LG is the only Android, then you definitely have to have Keyline Pi, just to make it a worthy announcement. I mean, you have, the iPad Mini coming out the week before. You also have the Note 2 coming out the week before, and then you also have a Microsoft Surface tablets. Not to mention, I think the day before, you're also getting the Windows 8 phone. So you have all these different announcements, and if Google wants to definitely stand out, I would say if they only have the LG, need Keyline Pi. I think if they have the Galaxy Nexus 2, they don't need Keyline Pi. And my prediction for the Nexus 2, this would be my prediction, would be if they do have a Nexus 2, to have it pretty much the same form factor as the S3, but the main difference I think would be to have the screen go a little bit further, make it a 5-inch screen, and take away this physical home button and place for a touch capacitive button, just like the original Nexus had. And I think that would just be a great design. The same kind of design, similar at least. You can make it a little different, a little bit more rugged if you want to. I love the original Nexus. I do like battery life though, so I liked how they brought a good battery life to the S3. I'm hoping they would continue that with the Nexus. And so yeah, these are my predictions, my take on it, and everything like that. So let me know what you guys think, and what are your predictions for this announcement? What do you think will happen, and what should happen? What in your mind would make you? What in your mind would make you forget my S3, forget my Note 2, forget my iPhone 5? I want this phone. What would make you do that? And that's the question that I asked you guys. Leave a comment down below, and maybe I'll try to respond to some of them as well. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.